Oh, what's going on, people? How you doing today? Hope your day is going well. I'm out here hanging out. I got a few family members. We're just taking a walk on the trail and enjoying ourselves. I'll catch up to y'all in a sec. I want to talk to these people real quick. You people out there, right? Because I understand that you know how it feels to experience a narcissistic work environment. Some of you do. For those of you who are not flying monkeys, you know about this type of environment. Okay? So, in these types of environments, you find yourselves coming to a breaking point where you want to either fight or take flight. Now, if you're smart, you're going to have an exit plan and you're going to take flight. But many of you have to stay for the fight until you get that together. And that's why I want to talk to you today, because it's really that serious. The sense of urgency to get out is greater than you could imagine. Right? You know, sometimes you can't escape to the wilderness like me, you know, and you have to stay to fight. But remember to always have an exit plan. In these narcissistic environments, because I'll get straight to that. In these narcissistic work environments, right, the master planner, who's the boss, will do things to break you down. Okay? They'll use gaslighting techniques. Now, gaslighting is one of those techniques where they want to make you think that you're losing it. Okay? They have all the power, they can pull all the strings, and so they'll orchestrate things in a series of events to make you believe or doubt your abilities or yourself or your actions. Right? And not in any particular order, but maybe, they'll make you doubt yourself overall, is what I want to say. And that lead and the actions and everything else fall under who you think you are, right? And they'll pick you apart, They'll use gaslighting techniques. They'll give you a heavy workload, right? You'll be working on a project for 2 weeks, right? And halfway through the second week, when you're almost completing, you're almost about to come and turn it in and put it on their desk, they tell you, oh, there's been a change. I'm so sorry. And you have to scrap the whole entire project, right? And that was the game, because some of the changes you find out, they already knew. They knew that those changes came the prior week. And they didn't want to tell you because they wanted you to do the extra work so they could break you down, like I'm trying to say to you folks. Doesn't matter what type of job you're doing. There's always going to be someone around who's going to put you in a situation. Right? The game will never stop being played. Okay? They're very controlling. They want to control every single aspect of your life. And I'm talking about the narcissistic boss in such a toxic environment. They want to control everything you do. They want to control and have access to see anyone that you're talking to. Right? They may outright bully you. They may outright ask you why you're talking to this person or that person. They have no stake in what you're doing. And, it makes no logical sense when you're at a job, but you'll have these things happen. It won't make any sense to you, but they'll make sense, full-blown sense to the narcissist in their mind. Right? Because you've been convicted in the court of their mind. So bosses can really make your life a living nightmare because, see, they'll overwork you. They'll give you extra workloads. And then you'll find yourself in a situation where you just know that you did a great job all year. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to be rewarded. They're working the death out of me. I'm going to die working this job. But they're gonna give me a bonus, or I'm going to get this or get that. Some incentive that they have at the end of the year. But then they'll tell you you're not qualified for that incentive. They'll say, well, you You meet the standard, but you didn't exceed it, even though they had you doing things that certainly would be exceptional. I'm sorry. So, you're working 7 days a week straight sometimes. You don't think that's exceptional work? Hmm? The average person works about 5 days a week and they're off 2 days, and that's about 40 hours a week if that's a full time job. And the reason why the government came up with that, because people get tired, right? You're not a robot, but that's my point. They want to work you into the ground. They want you to be tired. They don't want you to have time for your life or anything because they want to take your life away. So what you want to do when you're dealing with these narcissistic bosses is that you want to keep everything just like cards close to your chest. You don't want to let them know your hand. You don't want to let them know what you like to do in your life. See, a lot of you people are ding-dongish, and I've talked about this before, right? You're comfortable with telling everything in all of your business to complete strangers. Someone can walk up to you, introduce themselves, make up a name, and get everything out of you that they want. They can find out where you live at, where your kids go to school. They can find out all these things. And a narcissistic boss will be just like that in the beginning because they'll be very bittersweet and kind, right? And helpful and supportive. All the supplies and materials that you need, you got them right away. And that's part of the game because they want to give you as much support as possible so they can devalue you later on. That's part of the phase. To make you feel supremely loved and then to snatch it right from under you, to make you feel devastated. They enjoy that. They are sadistic people. This is what they do. So the narcissistic boss will never give you time off, will never pay you for bonuses. If there's a snowstorm, they're going to want you to drive in the snowstorm to come to work, right? If you're having a kid on maternity leave, they're going to tell you that your job is more important than your baby. Even though your baby has to go to the doctor because it's a newborn baby or something, they'll tell you that that baby is not more important than your job. So if you got to take that baby to the doctor, hey, I don't know what you're going to do about that. So they'll tell you stuff like that. That may be in violation of some law or something. I don't know. But what I'm saying is they'll do things that are extreme for the purpose of concocting a reaction from you because they're trying to feed off of your emotions. And that's why they do what they do. They're trying to feed off your emotions, So you have to keep your cards close to your chest, right? No matter how much it's painful, no matter how much you want to scream about your stubbed toe, you do not open your mouth and yell anything. You don't say anything. Because let me let you guys know something when you're dealing with supreme narcissists and sociopaths. They're fucking crazy. And because they're fucking crazy, in their own mind, there is a whirlwind going on. There's a whirlwind of emotions going on in their mind. Wow, bugs and stuff. And so, on the outside, they may look as cool as a cucumber, and like they got it all under control. But really, inside, they're having a raging storm. How dare you not pay attention to me? How dare you not see me? Because they think that they are the world. They think that they have something to offer, that they're the greatest things, shit since sliced bread or something. They're all pieces of shit, but they think that they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And on the other hand, they hate themselves and feel like they're the worst thing. But it's masked. All of this is hidden. You have to really, you'll never get to this. You'll never be able to see this. They'll hide this. But they want to run your life in a way that they control every waking aspect of your life. And that's why you do not let on anything. Because the minute you show a weakness and you let on that, your son is going to graduate or your daughter's got some new job or something that you got to take her to, whatever you say, they will come up with something to keep you from doing said thing. So on the day that you have to take your daughter to a dance recital, that may be the day that they throw an extra workload on you, and your project is going to take you to the rest of the evening, and they're crunching for a deadline and all of this. But you already told them, meanwhile, that you have to pick your daughter up. Or maybe they told you that you could leave a certain time and you didn't disclose that. But because they knew you had to do certain things, they threw that extra deadline in there. Just to keep you in a situation of frantic exercise. To see you running around the hamster wheel so they can laugh and just enjoy it. They really enjoy themselves they get off on this. Okay. Now, in many cases, because the boss is the supreme planner, they're not necessarily on the around. They're not going to be in your cubicles and shit. They're not going to be on the floor around these places. They're going to be in the offices. So what they do is they have to keep tabs on you. And that is where the Empaths come in, right? More commonly known as the flying monkeys. Just like from the Wizard of Oz. Except in this storyline, these are the people who taunt you on your job. These are the people who report back every waking aspect of what you do on the project, right? If you had the most input, they'll try to backstab you. They'll try to say that you didn't do this or you weren't helpful. They'll do all kinds of things to try to smear your character, and that is their role in this whole thing. Okay, the devaluing thing. Now, a lot of these people want validation themselves from the master planner. They're lowlifes. These are the people that are yes people. They could never say no to anyone. They needed to be accepted, right? These are the people that'll go along with murders. These are the people that'll, be accessories when they didn't really necessarily want to do it, but because of their low-level intelligence, they were easily manipulated. And narcissistic bosses only look for the most people that are easily to be manipulated. And that's what they look for. Now, if you're in an environment and you just happen to be an empath or a hybrid empath, you're going to catch hell in these environments. They're going to watch you carefully. As a matter of fact, you are a prime candidate for the game. Everyone else will be used to play the game on you. These people are so obsessed that they will change around an entire schedule itinerary for a team of people just to do one person in. All right? They'll ban some type of benefit or activity that person enjoys, and the whole department will lose out on that one activity just to get that one person. They'll take a freaking bazooka to kill a fly, is what I'm saying. Meanwhile, something that's really, really serious or something, they're not interested. You come back and tell them, hey, we went down to the lot and all of our vehicles, somebody fucking spray painted all the doors and glued all the doors together. You tell them something like that, they're not even interested, right? That's going to cost the company a lot of money to replace vehicles and stuff, right? It's going to affect the logistics operations. I'm just giving you examples of things that go on in companies. Most companies have vehicles, okay? And I'm just showing you how something like that won't even be important to them. And it'll frustrate the hell out of you, They'll send mid managers or something to check on your projects or something like that, to look over your shoulder and micromanage every aspect of how you're planning the phase of a project, right? When you don't need that assistance. You've already proven PowerPoints and stuff in meetings that you can handle these tasks. You've already shown that you have that ability to make this thing look great and make us all look great, right? Everybody on the team. And I'm speaking like I'm still there, but like back in my work days, I had a lot of backbiting and dissension from all types of people. So I'm kind of reliving from my own experiences, as well as people that I know who still are in corporate America and who still work jobs in general. Doesn't matter if you're a supervisor or something. You still, if you're fighting a good fight, you will be brought down by a narcissistic boss, right? You may chat or write up subordinates because they didn't perform a task or implement something that you needed done, and instead of the master boss, the head boss, standing behind you and supporting you, they will freaking probably use that as an opportunity to embarrass and humiliate you in front of those lower subordinates that you gave the commands to. Because that's what the game is. Because remember, you are a target in these situations when you have promise, when you have the ability to step over the master boss, right? At some point in your life, they know that you're gonna pass them, right? And they just don't want to see you in that place. So they will do anything to keep you in a place so they can keep their esteem up. Because this is all in their head. I keep telling you folks, this is why they're fucking crazy. Okay? So they'll use these flying monkeys, your coworkers, who will do things, who will do little social games and try to ignore you or try to act like you're not there, or just do all types of things. You're in the office, they'll have a conversation standing next to you. They may speak to everyone besides you. And they want you to feel singled out. They want you to feel like, you'll get the most workloads. You'll get less days off. You'll have to crunch over weekends on projects. You won't be able to have any time in your life. And that is why they do it. To completely devalue you and destroy you. Eventually they'll fire you and you'll be homeless or you'll lose your money or something, and that's what they would love to see. But you have to have a success story. And I'll make this part the part that you really want to hear. How to successfully navigate these waters and escape. The exit plan is the best plan you're going to need to have. You don't want to fight the fight. You want to play little games with them if you're smarter. But most of you are not smart at all. So you're not clever enough to play the game of a narcissist because you don't even know who's a narcissist. You have no idea of the concept of what narcissists are. So you're going to get played. What you want to do is you want to do a great job. You want to always, because their behavior is very predictable, you just want to pay attention to things. Every time you got in a situation where something hurt you, like a deadline on the project was switched around and you had to go back and rework everything at the last minute, all of these things that happen, you just need to write them down. And then as they keep happening, you will be able to anticipate the next move of this low-level person because they can only see in straight lines. They're just like I told y'all, taking that bazooka to kill a fly. So you can pretty much anticipate what they're going to do and fix the problem before it even happens. And then you'll find them completely freaking amazed that you were able to implement a team to take care of this, or you were able to take care of that, because they had stacked all of the chips against you. And it would have been entertainment, but you just somehow turned it on them. Now, you're not going to be able to do that too much because one day they'll catch you. They'll stack it up and stack it up and stack it up until they finally get you. They want to destroy you. So what you want to do is, because these people can even reach beyond the job that you're at. They can give you a bad character reference or something. So you have to understand that they play for keeps. If you people have better and higher ambitions in life, you want to do some things, some big things, go for those things. Otherwise, you're probably going to be stressed out and die a painful death before you even have time to reach happiness or retire. These are the people who will pass you up on bonuses, right? You won't get those bonuses. You'll have to work 3 times as hard and be better than the whole team and still won't get the bonuses that certain people that are rewarded little treats will get. And it'll be unfair to you. The environment will be completely toxic. Everyone is an agent. Anything you say will be repeated in another place. You're going through something in your house, you may express it to a coworker. They'll go and tell everyone. And then you'll have complete strangers coming up to you asking you about what's going on in your personal life. You only know you told one person that you thought were your friend, but they were an agent. And that's what I'm trying to get you folks to see. These environments are completely toxic. There is no point of trying to stay in them and manage things and say, well, all right, this will get better. It's not. Narcissists have a mental freaking condition. They are not able to be repaired, right? And even in environments, because if they hold the power in that environment, you have to understand they will leverage all hell and earth to keep you from doing something or to crush you. They will leverage their weight to get everybody on board against you. So it's a battle that's uphill, and you just don't want to fight that battle. You want to get even by being better, by being more successful. That's how you want to win. Okay? I love bad behavior, folks. What I love even more is when people have a success story and they're able to effectively get out of these environments. That's what I like to see. Okay? You don't want to make this a consistent fight. That's what I want you to understand. You're wrestling with a pig in the mud. If you're not a pig, you're going to get dirty and they're going to get dirty. But which one of y'all are going to like it more? That's what you need to ask yourself when you're thinking about tangling with the sociopath. Right? There's a time and a place to pick the hunt. Hybrid empaths don't just go around anywhere and just try to hunt narcissists and sociopaths. There's a time and a place to have the fight. We're very smart and intelligent. I'm trying to get you people to be like that. Okay? Now, what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to put this in the same category as the hybrid empath versus sociopath videos, part 1, 2, and 3 that I did in that little series. I want you guys to kind of piggyback this into that series. And this will be the toxic work environment, the narcissistic work environment, right? Which is comprised in most cases of empaths, hybrid empaths, and sociopaths. You get what I'm saying? So this is where this high drama all plays out all the time. When you guys want to know where it's going down in the battleground, this is where it's going down. At your jobs, right? You're adults. You have to go somewhere every day if you're responsible adults. And in those spaces, that is where you will become a victim or a survivor escaper. Until we talk again, folks, like, share the video, subscribe. I'll see you later. Take care.